Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Sabo, and today we will be making a women's summer fragrance. And yep, we're live. Okay, everything's going. Sweet. Check my audio. Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Sabo. Sounds pretty good. All right. And today. Cool. So let's get to it. I'm going to be making a women's summer fragrance. It's going to be a fruity floral and aquatic, and the fruits are going to be melons, possibly some berry nuances. Alright, here we go. So as you guys can see there, hopefully on the formula, first note, oops, get my scale going. I kind of just rushed into this. Let the scale get on. Okay. Let me set up a beaker. Actually, I have my flasks back. Where'd they go? They might actually be in the dishwasher still. So we're going to blend in a beaker today. Grab one real quick. You guys are having a good day. It's really hot out here. And so yeah, I'm going to be staying inside as much as I can today. It's like 104 degrees out. Too hot for me. Okay, so the first material on the list is ISOE Super. Grab some more pipettes real quick before I get my gloves contaminated. We're going to do 2.5 grams of ISOE Super. It's our woody base. Kind of mid blender. .25% of the fragrance. Dry, woody, radiant. I only used one other woody note in this fragrance because I don't want it to be real woody, but I did want to add like a little bit of a light woody amber note, which I chose caramel wood. I haven't really used it much. I've used it a few times, but I need to start going through all these materials or else they're just going to go bad. So there we have it, 2.5 grams of ISOE Super. Next we're going to use some Dihydro, or Hedione HC. I'm using the generic version of Methyl Dihydro Jasmine HC by Badukian. And we're going to do 1.2 grams of this for 12%. Pretty high, but and this, I guess, like, helps boost some florals. There we go, 1.2. Alright, next note that I'm using, or material. It's a musk fruit accord by Creating Perfume, so I kind of cheated a little bit on this one. But yeah, I had these. It's a fruity musk, you know, and so we're doing a fruity themed fragrance here. I was just going to use Helvetilide, which is a kind of a pear smelling musk, and Romandolide, which has berry nuances, and what else was I going to use? I don't know, doesn't matter, didn't choose to. But this one's nice, so we're going to use 1 gram of it for 10%. Fragrance concentrate. It just smells Kind of like a clean, fruity shampoo. Hope it doesn't make the whole fragrance smell like a shampoo, but you know, it's kind of popular smell nowadays anyways. When I go to the mall and I smell stuff, I'm like, yeah, it smells like shampoo. But that's not really what I want, so I hope this doesn't come out smelling too shampoo-y. But it does have a nice fruity smell to it. It probably would have came out fruitier than the musks that I chose to use. Alright, next on the list we have caramel wood. Here's some of the wood. I think I only need like 1 drop of this stuff because supposedly it's real strong. This is it's kind of like what cedramber is to sandalwood, I guess. So this is an amber sandalwood type smell. Very diffusive and strong, so I only need like 1 drop. I'm aiming for a 0.25%. Should have used a diluted form, but we got to 0.22. Oh no, 0.25 exactly. So we nailed it right on the head. 1 drop of caramel wood at 100% strength. Okay. Next we have a fruity floral accord from Creating Perfumes. So yeah, just another accord made by Creating Perfumes. It's supposed to smell fruity and floral. So I said, hey, that fits what I want to make. Let's try that out. I've used this once in a perfume that I made for like my nieces. Alright, so how much I choose? I did a gram of this too, so 10% of this. And yeah, that's just another fruity. This is probably more like of a mid. It's fruits and florals. And then I also added some more florals later on that you guys will see. And yeah, Creating Perfumes, I don't think they sell any of this stuff anymore. But yeah, whatever. I have enough to recreate quite a bit of this formula if I want to. But yeah, I want to use it up. So we got some blending to do, guys. I need to start cranking out some fragrances. Okay, so that was our fruity floral accord. Now we're going to add one of our stars of the show here. Except I only chose to use it at an 8% dilution. 8% fragrance concentrate. But yeah, this is the one that made me want to make this right here. So this is Melon Jivko 150/2. And it smells like honeydew and cantaloupe. Alright, so I looked it up and it said that this was recommended up to 8% in the fragrance concentrate, so that's what we're using it at. So we're going to go 0.8 grams of Melon Jivko. Yeah, it's just nice, juicy. Smells like a fresh cut melon, like you're chopping up a fruit salad. There we have it. Excuse me. I'll make a cool thumbnail for this video later. You guys can see I recently stepped up my thumbnail game. Check the chat, see if anyone's in there. Looks like nobody's watching, but that's fine. Whew. Yeah, I'm winded. Alright. Now we're going to do some ethyl maltol. I use this at the same... Let me give this a whiff. Smells pretty delectable. Alright. So I used ethyl maltol at a 3% dilution. Not 3% dilution, sorry. 3% of the fragrance concentrate. And because I chose 3% because that's rouge. 540 or whatever it is, used it at, and I made my version of the Baccarat Rouge and did the little accord, Baccarat Rouge accord, and it came out really good. It was like 12% ambroxan, 3% ethyl maltol, and 15% Veramos, or it was either 12% Veramos, 15% ambroxan. But okay, I need paddle and my ethyl maltol. All right, we got 3% coming up. So 0.3 grams of ethyl maltol crystals. Ethyl maltol smells like cotton candy to me. Oh crap, I went over a little bit. Take some out. That's why I weigh it onto a piece of paper instead of directly into the fragrance. .306, a little more. There we go. Close enough. .302. Actually, oh, it's actually right on now. Okay, boom, boom. Pour that on in. Alrighty. Now we're going to add some Cenolox and ambroxan. Add some of our aquatic theme to it. Alright, so how much did I choose here? So for Cenolox, we're going to do 0.2 or 2%. And 4%. I need to put another piece of paper down. It's a lot easier to. Yeah, that's a contaminated one. Let me throw it away. Always easier to add more than it is to take it out. And once you put it into a fragrance, you can't take it out. It's kind of like cooking. You can always add more salt. Once it's in there, it's hard to fix it. So we're going to add 0.2 grams of Cenolox. Cenolox is an ambergris type material. There we go. And it's kind of like a, I don't know, maybe saltier version. I like it. It smells like a more elegant form of ambroxan. I just ordered a bunch of ambroxan and Cenolox because I'm about out. Alright, time for our ambroxan. I think I might have reused the same paddle that I just used for my ethyl maltol. I could have contaminated my Cenolox. What a rookie. Okay, so we're going to do 0.4 grams of ambroxan. Yeah, I love ambroxan. Cenolox, all the aquatic stuff. Very long lasting. There's good silage. Yeah, I was surprised at how strong the ambroxan was in that Baccarat Rouge skeleton that I made. I've always used it around 4%, but 0.414, gotta take out a little bit. Alright, 0.403, close enough. There's some more aquatic materials that I'm adding later on, but these are like my aquatic base notes. Swirl this around, give it a little smell, see what we think. I like to just smell it as I add stuff. Pretty good, pretty good. Alrighty, next, so we're getting into our mids now. Even though mango and pineapple is probably a top note, but whatever. Alright, so we're going to add 0.8 grams of this mango that we just got in the other day. Actually, I was looking all over for this. I thought I had used it all. But I found it. And I ended up ordering more because I thought I was out. But this is a mango natural, and I think it was... it's like a Perfumer's Apprentice exclusive. I think it's made by Givaudan or Robert Ted. I can't remember. But I really like it. And I can't find any information on it, on like its usage levels. And I'm too lazy to do all the dilutions and see what I want it at. So we're just going to guess and use it at a 0.8 like our, what was that? Melon Jivco. So I did equal parts melon, pineapple, and mango. That's our mango. So that, yeah, it smells like a really nice mango. It's a, oh, you know what? Oh, I hadn't came in yet. I just ordered a different mango that we will do during an unboxing in a couple videos. Whenever it shows up from Perfumer's Supply House. So next we have Pineapple Essence Natural as well from Robert Ted. This is one of my favorites right here. Just a super juicy pineapple. It smells like, yeah, it's very close to a natural, actual smelling pineapple. So we're going to do 0.8 grams of this as well. Drop. There we go. See, I'm going for kind of a tropical summer style fragrance with this one. I also added some florals in there. It's because I didn't want to just be straight fruits. Alright, next we have Cassis Base 345B, which is a red currant or black currant berry smell. And apparently this stuff's real strong, at least from some information I found. Oh, this is a 10% dilution. Good thing I caught that. So I had it in here as a 100% strength, so we're going to up this to... I'm going to drop this to a 10% dilution on the formula. Switch that to 0.1. Alright, we're back. So that's going to make it easier to dose. Alright, 0.1 gram of Cassis 345B. This kind of smells like jam, or black currant jam. Fruity, berry, juicy. Kind of has a little bit of a green smell to it too, in my opinion. now we're gonna add, oh wow, 10 mils in a 1% dilution. Good thing I caught that too. Okay, so we need to fix that on the formula. So that's a 1%. So we need to go 0.4. Oh wow. Well, that kind of sucks. Hold on, let's see. So what do we have to do? Put 4 grams in there? Wow. Alrighty. Looks like we're going to be adding 4 grams of this. This is 6,6 nonanol, which smells to me like it's watermelon, very watermelon. So this will add some more to the melon vibes. Come on, scale. Why are you? All right, there you go. 4 grams of this bad boy. Kind of smells like an artificial watermelon though. Not really actually, but it reminds me of Pop Rocks, like the watermelon Pop Rocks. Candy that back in the 90s you put in your mouth and it popped. That's what it smells like. There we go. There's our 4 grams of cis-6 nonanol in a 1% dilution. I guess I had just assumed that it was neat because it's so thick, but it's diluted in DPG. Alright, now I'm going to add some rum too, give it some more tropical vibes. And we're going to do 0.5% of the fragrance. Double check, this is 100% strength. Yep, okay. You know, it's like you're having a drink, some kind of maybe fruity. I don't know about that one. It's a little smoky, but whatever. We're doing it. If I hate it, I will reformulate. We'll try again. One more drop. Here we go. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna try it on my again. Alright. Next, we're using a note that I've never used before. It's called, or a material, it's called Aurantia, or Aurantiol, which is a hydroxycitronellol and methylenthranolate shift base. And this is also 100% strength. I will be checking everything from now on. So hydroxycitronellol smells like lily of the valley, and methylenthranolate smells like grapes. So this is just some more fruity stuff. It's kind of a floral smelling fruit. So where's this at on my, okay, Aurantia. 0.1, so 1% of the fragrance. And I don't know how shift bases work in a fragrance. I know that they like change some kind of chemicals, or I got no idea. There we go. That is thick stuff. Holy cow. Look at all that. See that bright yellow? Squeeze that out of there. Let's switch gloves. I don't like wasting things. So there's that. Go with the fresh gloves real quick. So the next note that we're using is called Viridine, or it's got this really long, crazy name. But the smaller abbreviation for it is Padma. I don't remember what it stands for, but Padma. And this is another note that I haven't used much. But it's another floral. Come on, my lid's like stuck. But I don't know if that's, to me there's like a clover smell or like some kind of, it smells like a flower that they don't particularly, it doesn't smell like roses or any like of the perfumery type flowers. It kind of smells like a marigold or like one of those weird flowers that has that kind of weird smell. You're like, yeah, that's kind of weird smelling, but that's what this reminds me of. When you smell a flower, it's really pretty, but it doesn't really smell that great. Don't know why I'm using it, but it said it might blend well with this melon. So we're gonna try it out. 0.034, so that's about 2 drops. Oh, it's gonna go over. That was a heavy 0.038. Close enough. All right. Let me look up a descriptor for Viridine real quick so I can give you guys a better description. Viridine. Phenyl acetaldehyde dimethyl acetal. Acetyl. So that's what Padma stands for. Green foliage, floral, rose, earthy, mushroom. Yeah, kind of weedy. All right. Pleasantly floral, rosy, green, and somewhat mushroomy. I don't get mushroom, but whatever. All right, back to the formula. So next we're going to be using, this is going to smell super floral, I could tell already. Florosa. This is one of my favorite floral notes. It's kind of a just floralizer, but it kind of leans in the way of Lily of the Valley, even though it says Florosa. So you might think that it smells like roses, but it does not. Alright, so how much? 0.21? Yep. 0.21 grams of Florosa. When I want to add like a floral note to a fragrance, but I don't want it to smell, like say I wanted to make like a melon flower accord, just like a fantasy flower, I would add like melon and some of this, just to make it smell like it's a melon flower or something weird. Because you could kind of make it smell just like flowers, but not any real particular flower. Okay, now we're also going to use Florhydrol, which to me is kind of like a cyclamen type smelling flower, but it's another floralizer that you can also use in a similar way, but it has a slightly different floral smell. It smells more aquatic. So I think we use about 1 drop of this stuff because it's pretty strong. Yep. 0.25 grams. And there we go, 0.26. All right. Moving on. Now we're going to use some citronellyl acetate. And I'm going to have a hard time giving you guys a description for this one too, so we're going to look it up. Citronellyl acetate. Good sense. Fresh and fruity. So there we go. That's why I chose that one. Citronellyl acetate has a slightly rose note combined with fresh citrus and fruity facets. So we're going to use that at, what did I find? 1%. Come on, lid. Hate it when they do that. Polycone caps get stuck to the glass and it's pretty annoying. Yeah, I've smelled so much stuff right now I can't even smell this. Just from smelling all these neat materials like you're not supposed to. My nose is burnt. Alright. Here we go. 0.1 grams. Next we're going to add some Amazing Osmanthus by P. Kyler, or Paul Kyler. He made this for a perfumer supply house. It's a Osmanthus is one of my favorite florals, like flowers, I guess. But the Absolute form is my favorite, and this smells nothing like the Absolute. And I've never smelled an actual fresh Osmanthus flower, so. But yeah, it's kind of a fruity smelling floral without like the almost ambery aspects that the Absolute gives it, the leathery facets. But yeah, it's really nice. This smells edible. Okay, so how much of this? 0.54. About 2 drops. We have it. Alright, next we have Manzanate. This is an apple smell. So it's kind of like a green apple, so we're just adding some more fruits in there. Yeah, I like this stuff, but it smells like an apple shampoo if you overdose it too much. So we're going to be careful and just 2 drops. Okay, looks like it's a pretty light material, so 3 drops. Here we go, 0.41. But yeah, it's a kind of smells like apple peel, like the rind of an apple, a green apple. All right, next we have Calone. And this is in a 10% dilution. Looks like I didn't write that down. 10%, so we're going to need 1.4 grams, I believe. 1.4. Yep. All right, and this is another watermelon note. It's kind of, I guess it's called watermelon ketone, but it's also pretty aquatic. It was really popular in the 90s. Used in like cool water and stuff like that. I didn't add any dihydromercenol because it's a pretty manly smelling aquatic note in my opinion. So, I believe I said 1.4 grams. Better double check. Yep, 1.4. I haven't smelled this in a while, so I'm curious. I'm going to swirl it around, give it a little whiff. And here we have our Calone. See what it's smelling like. Yeah, very yellow because of that shift space, the Aurantia, whatever. Pretty juicy smelling. It's nice. Okay, next we're going to put in some Cascalone, which is another Calone type material. It's a much more expensive version of Calone though. More elegant type of Calone. And this we're going to use 1.5%. Oh wow, I got quite a bit of this. Paddle, okay. So 0.15. grams or 1.5% fragrance concentrate. 150 parts per thousand, I think. Over. Take some out. Still too much. I say 1.5, yeah. We'll leave it there, that's close enough. Alrighty then. Getting close to being done here. Ooh, my garage is hot. Holy cow. Okay, so next we're going to be doing a little... So I found this in a book, Scent and Chemistry, whatever, fragrance and... Oops, that's not it. So I believe it was from this little Damascone accord that I'm using. Came from, where is it? Oh well, I can't find it fast enough. Here it is. Okay, so Poison Dior used this Damascone accord of alpha Damascone at 0.04%, beta Damascone at 0.09%, and beta Damascone at 0.09%. So that's what I did. Stole that from them on there, out of that book. So first we have our Damascone Total. It smells, it's a sweet, rosy, fruity, kind of berry type smell with also like tobacco facets. And it's super diffusive. So it kind of adds like a bunch of berry boost to the top notes. So we're going to use 0.09 of a 10% dilution of Damascone Total. There we go. And the rest of these are similar to this one, but slightly different smelling. One smells like more apple, one smells more berry, less tobacco. So next we have Damascone Beta. And I believe we're doing the same amount. Yep. I noticed that last ginger fragrance I had didn't really have as much punch as I would have liked, so I'm adding more top notes in this fragrance here. Trying to just help push it and diffuse it a little more. Alright, and now we have our Damascone Alpha in a 1% dilution. That's just what I had on hand. Or else I would have used a 10% probably. But, so I need 0.4 grams of this. There we go. Alright, now we'll give this a final swirl. Oh wait, I got one more note to add. I'm going to add some Helionol, which is another aquatic note. Works well with Hedione. Helenol 0.075. This is 100% strength. Come on, lid. There we go. I haven't used this much. Shoot, I accidentally did 2 drops there. I think we should be good still, but I'll take a note of that. Jot it down in here. 0.09. Okay. Give this a little twirly girl. Smells pretty nice, but I will wait till I have it actually diluted to give you guys a smell. Yeah, so far, hit what I was going for so far. Fruity, floral, aquatic. It's nice and juicy. Alright, so now I'm going to stick it into the old ultrasonic cleaner. And then I will dilute it and get back to you guys. Thank you for watching, as always. I will smell you later. Peace.